What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. K-Rino. Um, Forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, Sunday night, I want to get with y'all for a little while and chop up. Meant to come yesterday, but yesterday was a busy day. But yesterday kind of helped me come up with the topic that I'm about to use for today. So shout out to yesterday and the events that took place because now I got something to kind of go in on. Got to go in on. So I'll wait a little while, see if how many of y'all can come into the door. And some people may not know what this title entails or what it means. Some of y'all may know exactly what it means. What's up, Jimmy? What's up? Is that the Clan McCarthy out there in Iceland? Okay, we got another Iceland in the building. I know my homie Halston is from Iceland. But that's the only fan I ever knew I had in Iceland. So now I see I got some more love out there. We got the Jimmys in the building. So I see you, my homie. Miami, Florida in the building, man. Yeah. we can sound we might talk about the new album a little bit. We got a few little things to talk about. I think I'll do that first before I get into the topic. Yeah, the new album is called Audio Optics. For those of y'all who are checking it out, who didn't know, who haven't heard me say that yet, it's called Audio Optics. It'll be out late next month. It's already almost done. We on the home stretch, right at the finish line. So we got to get our new web page up, our order page up, so y'all can pre-order and get all that going. And also, I just met with the homie Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill might pop in here before the night is over with. We released this limited edition new version of the comic book. Y'all see one on the wall behind me, and y'all see one right. It's the same comic book, same contents, but this is the new cover. So you see this cover right here on my wall, and this cover right here. This is the alternate cover. This is a limited edition. I guess I could have opened it too hard. Too hard. This is a limited edition, man. We didn't do but a few of these, man. So y'all better order these fast, because when they gone, in the words of my brother AC Chill, it's all over. So you can go to, and they got like a cool, I didn't notice that they got a cool little metallic. Y'all can't see it on here, but it's like when you move it, you can see like the little metallic thing going on there. But if you wanted to order the comic book, here's where, oh man, I'll do this every time. Hold on. I gotta concentrate so I won't misspell the word. Yeah. I just put the website to order the comic book down in the box, but this is it. Only 50 of them, and then there might not be that many depending on how many people have ordered, but same comic book, just an alternate cover, different cover. Limited edition. Not many people will have these. So if y'all want to get it, better go get it like now. But also, like I said, the new album, Audio Optics, will be out next month. Dropping a lot of music this year, y'all, so get ready. Get ready, man. But back to the topic. As y'all saw that the topic, it said getting your lick back. And y'all know what that means. If you grew up in the neighborhood, sometime one of your homeboys will run past you and pop you and then keep running, take off running. And if he's going so fast you can't get to him, you holler, "Hey, I'm going to get my lick back." Or somebody hits you and they take off. Somebody else might say, "Hey, shh, you better get your lick back. Don't let him hit you like that. You better make sure you get your lick back. Meaning that somebody one up you and you want to get even. I'll answer your question, Jimmy. I see it. You want to get even with that person, so you want your lick back. Once you hit him back, you good. You don't even try to hit him 5 or 6, 7 times. You just bing. You just get your smack back, and then you good. But over the years and over time, that term has changed into meaning other things as well. So you see people in relationships, if somebody messed over somebody's relationship, there was an infidelity in the relationship, and if the man cheated on the woman might say, well, I'm gonna get my lick back. That means that she's got in her mind, okay, you cheated on me, I'm gonna go find me somebody to cheat on. I'm gonna get even with you. I'm getting my lick back. You know, and maybe the man, maybe vice versa. Sometimes the woman may cheat first, and then the man says this to himself, he's gonna get a lick back, rather than just say, we're just gonna end the relationship. Which I feel as though if you have been through a situation like that, you know, then it may be better to just say, if your mindset is, I want to get even, it may be better to just let it go. Just leave that person alone. Because I don't think it's healthy or it's good to just, because it's guys that'll say, well, yeah, man, you know, I did to her. She went and got her lick back. She went and did what she did. So, you know, we back on right track now. Nah, just look, man, you messed up. We've all been there. You messed up, or somebody messed up towards you, or they wronged you. If it's bothering you like that, man, just end it. Just end it. Because now going forward, y'all are gonna always have this little thing hovering over y'all. And if something happens again, or even a speculation, but if something happens again, what do you say now? Well, I'm gonna get my other lick back now. You know, sometimes it's better to just let it go, like Teddy Pendergrass said. So, but that's just one example. Somebody could mess over you financially. Somebody could beat you. Yeah, man, you went it, you entered into this deal with them, you thought it was legit, and they stunted on you and got you. You have in your mind, I'm gonna get my lick back. But in situations with money, and sometimes situations with relationship, but in situations with money, it's not always easy to get your lick back with money, because if somebody scammed you, it's not always a situation where you can scam them back. So it becomes more dangerous, because now you find yourself thinking that lick you're going to get back now is one that consists of violence. Man, when I see him, man, and nah, man, he beat me for my money, man. When I see him, though, see, now you're putting yourself in a position where you are potentially getting ready to do something that's going to jeopardize your freedom. So you got to ask yourself the question, is whatever you got scammed out of, whatever it is that's wrong, I understand if the dollar amount is significant enough, it will make you want to do something to somebody. But you got to also weigh, you have to weigh the things that you can get back versus the things that you will not be able to get back. So if somebody beats you out of $8,000 or something and he got you, oh man, you can get $8,000 back. Nobody wants to be set back. Nobody wants. I watch American Greed all the time, and I see how these people just scam these people out of their money, and it's more than it's 80,000, 100,000, millions, whatever. But if you got it once, you can get it twice. What you can't always get twice it's time once they lock you up for going out and shooting this cat because he stole $500 from you or something like that, $20, $10, because people have blown and thrown their whole lives away for those amounts of money, literally, right? Once it escalates, it becomes not about the money, but it becomes about the ego and the posturing. So now I got to prove that I'll handle you, and it could have been over a $10 bet on a football game, but the conversation escalates, and now somebody's dead, somebody's in prison. So that you can't get back. If the judge say, "Man, hey man, we gonna hang by 40 on you," there's no erasing that and doing that over. But if you were free and got scammed, all right, man, he beat me for this money, but I can get that back. I just won't deal with that cat no more. And I know what a lot of people might say. People might say, "Well, man, you can't just let nobody just do you any kind, man. You can't let nobody punk you and steal you." You let them do it. Wasn't that you let somebody? Yeah, I mean that it was some kind of situation where it was uncontrollable. You let them. You allowed it. You didn't do some research. You moved too fast. It was something that you did. So the blame had to be placed on yourself. Now, I know people will say, "Well, nah, man, the blame got to be placed on them because they the ones stole. They betrayed my trust and all that's true." But once again, take your scale and go, is it worth it? Now, there are some things, man, that when it boils down to it, it just got to be done. Somebody violates your daughter, your child, somebody is assaulting your mother, your wife. Hey, man, that's a lick that got to get got back. And then you'll deal with whatever the ramifications are after the smoke clears. But you would be in the right in those types of situations. That's, to me, those things are justifiable in my eyes. Now the problem is sometimes in the eyes of the court, in the eyes of the so-called justice system, those things are not justified. They find ways to still lock people up, even in scenarios where it was justified. Well, it was premeditated. You got the phone call and you were told that this guy beat your mother up, and then you got in your car and drove over there and you pointed the gun at him. You saw him coming out of work and you premeditated. Yeah, he did. But why shouldn't he have not been able to premeditate in that situation? So that's a slippery slope, but the average man or woman don't care nothing about that. It's like, hey man, that's one that you got coming, right? So those are just a few examples of getting your lick back on certain levels. But I want to talk about a different level because this is something that I saw and it made me scratch my head because I was like, that's interesting. I was like, that's interesting. And I don't really want to go into where I was and what the situation was, but I can say it made me know that the ego is a powerful thing if unchecked. The ego is a powerful thing. So I'm listening to a conversation, and in the conversation, when one man said whatever he said, another man challenged him about I guess I could use the term, the validity of what he said, meaning like, you talking to somebody, y'all, and as they're talking, you in your mind, you kind of looking like, that don't sound right what he said, but you just kind of looking puzzled, but you don't say nothing. Sometimes you say something, sometimes you don't. But every now and then you might go, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on, stop right there." Like, so you said, well, what about this? Or what about that? You start to challenge and question what that person said, right? So in the midst of being challenged on what he said, that was an audience. The audience started to co-sign with the person who challenged the guy on what he said. So everybody's clapping, oh, yeah, yeah. So what that did, that made the man who got his words challenged, that put him in a different kind of mental space. Like, this dude just squared me off in front of all these people. And it wasn't disrespectful. It was just like, well, wait a minute, man. Hold on, man. I'm challenging what you just said. But the ego got hit because the crowd co-signed with the other guy. So we were in a professional setting, so the guy had to continue on in his capacity, in his role in that moment. And by doing so, unbeknownst to me, I guess the whole time it was just bothering him that this other individual had challenged him on what he said. It appeared to be right based on the response of the crowd. So it was stewing in him. It was eating him alive, I guess. I didn't know until I knew. So finally, when the conversation went in a different direction, all of a sudden, the guy who got challenged at first decided he wanted to challenge back something that the other guy had said. The problem was the thing that he was trying to challenge, it wasn't worth challenging. It didn't make sense to no one. It didn't make sense to anybody. So I put it together in my mind. I said, you know what? His ego was bruised, and this was an attempt to get his lick back. That's what he was trying to do in front of the people. So it backfired because, like I said earlier, the thing that he tried to challenge, it was dumb to try to challenge it. Didn't make sense. He had no argument. He had no point. And everybody knew it. But in his mind, he had to show the guy and all of us that I'm not going to back down to this dude. So I'm waiting on my moment to jump in, and I'm going to show everybody that I'll go back at this guy, because the first time when he challenged me, he stifled me. See, that's what happened. The guy stifled him. He was kind of like shook, like, so he didn't really have the kind of response. And it happens. It happens to all of us. Sometimes, you coasting along and thinking that you're just saying what you're saying comfortably. And you today, man, because you may not be expecting to be challenged. And then somebody comes out of left field and goes, well, no, man, you didn't see that coming. And you were not prepared. So now you kind of like, you're not understanding. So you're stumbling. So that bothered him. It bothered him. It bothered him. And I didn't see it going there because the guy was, he was professional. He was it seems as though he just took it. Because a lot of times correction and disagreement, it may come in a form that may be offensive to the person who's being disagreed with and the person that's being corrected. So depending on how the presentation was from the corrector, a lot of times that has a lot to do with how the correction will be received. But the reality is, Sometimes the correction can come in the most peaceful, polite, calm, respectful way, and the person will still take it the wrong way and still getting his feelings simply because the ego doesn't allow them to even feel like they should be corrected at all, even if they're wrong. So this is something that I can share with y'all. This is something that I practice. And if you say, what do you practice? What are you talking about? What is something that you practice? I practice doing my best to subordinate my ego, to suppress my ego in moments where it needs to be suppressed. In times where on impact, I hope y'all following what I'm saying. On times where upon impact of a situation or a correction or a statement or even an accusation, meaning that an accusation or a perception, meaning that you might be accused of being a certain way. You may be accused of thinking a certain way. You may be accused or speculated of acting a certain way, but that's not even who you are. It's no way that that's true, right? So then a perception is developed where it's like, man, that's how he is. No, that's not how I am. But I practice taking the correction. And it's something I've been doing probably for about a couple of years now. And you have some wins and you have some losses, but I'm working on that aspect, even if the accusation is false and even if the perception is false. You have falsely perceived my motives, my intention, my character, my personality, my ways. You totally mischaracterized me, right? I still practice it, not practicing it like I'm just gonna let anybody say what they want to say to me, do what they want to do to me, or put a label on me that doesn't apply. No, not like that. Just in terms of, okay, I'm gonna, I'll fall in pocket. I'm gonna fall in place. I'm not gonna fall in place with a bitter attitude. I'm not gonna fall in place with resentment. I'm not gonna fall in place with like low key hating, envy. Like, oh, man, nah. Practice falling in place like, all right, hey man, I'm a team player. I'm a team player. See? So a correction that's applied that may come across a little rough. It might have come across like that because there may have been an urgency that is involved in the situation, in the topic. So if the house is on fire, right? And you're trying to hurry up and get people out. You're trying to hurry up and get people out. And you run into one of the rooms and your sister's in the room sleep. She didn't know. So you run in the room and say, sis, get up, the house is on fire. And she's, you say, get up, the house is on fire. And she, well, and you get outside, you snatch outside and drag out, push out the door, right? Should she say, you ain't have to be like that. You didn't have to holler at me. You ain't have to holler. You ain't have to talk to me all like that and yell in my face. Or should she say, oh, wow, thank you. I was half asleep. I didn't know what you were saying. That's why I understand why you yelled at me like that. Because your emotions and your feelings got in the way. So if the correction is correct, see, that's what correction is. It's like, wait, oh yeah, you teaching class. I said, yeah, okay. So we got this because, as y'all know, 5 + 5 = 9. And once you take the 9, and then somebody in class, oh, hold on, teacher, wait a minute. 5 + 5 = 10. Should the teacher go, hey, boy, shut up. I'm the teacher of this class. Don't you ever interrupt me and try to make me look back. Or should the teacher go, oh, my fault, I put 9 up. I'm sorry. I thank you. Thank you for that. Should the teacher do that? Yes. So correction is viewed as an embarrassment sometimes to people based on how the person corrected them. And I understand, because there are certain times where you didn't have to say it the way you said it. It wasn't necessary to say it the way you said it. So people say, hey man, well, hey man, I agree, man. I made a mistake. That's my fault. But don't talk to me like that. But it's a difference between a passionate response, a forceful response, and a disrespectful response. If I say, you stupid mother, man, you so stupid, this is how you do it, I disrespected you. That's not the way. So the guy was in his feelings after getting corrected and checked. So he had it in his mind all along, I'm going to wait on the first window I see. As soon as this dude say something that I just can imagine and make up like I don't like it, I'm going to jump in, because he has embarrassed me in front of all these people, which he really didn't. Just in his mind. He had people in the crowd, so it's like, I gotta clean this up. He was feeling like, like it's like you take your children to the park. You got 3 children, you take them to the park, and then some dude come and pump you in front of your children. Man, get your son off that swing. I want my son to get on the swing. Okay, come on, Junior, you get off the swing. Then you think about it later and go, wait a minute. It's too late now. You should have stood up for that in the moment. So the guy was trying to get his lick back, but it backfired. So you got to know when, time and place, and you got to know when it's warranted. Because sometimes there are situations where somebody do something to you, and what they did to you was wrong. You knew it was wrong. They knew it was wrong. Everybody who witnessed it and heard about it knew it was wrong. And you have it in your mind, oh, I'm gonna get him. Now I ain't talking about, like I said earlier, you don't go back and kill nobody. But how many times in life have you either seen the situation, or maybe you've done it, or you've heard about it? A group of guys jump on a guy. They jump on one guy. 4 dudes jump on one guy. Might see it in a movie or something. They catch this one guy, they all beat him up. The guy catches each one of the guys one by one by themselves, and he get them back one by one. Catch all of them. Throughout the course of time, he gets every last one of them. But the way he gets them is through patience and planning, proper planning and patience. The timing got to be just right. He got to study and plot, but he has a method. There's a methodology in the way that he approaches it. And that happens in real life. Somebody do something fly to you in school, and you say, I ain't worried about it. Yeah, they got me. And you catch them one by one, and you get every last one of them. To me, that's a great way to do it. And you do them a favor because it teaches them you can't just do that to everybody. But when you try to rush to get it back, you don't always plan. And the ego clouds judgment. Yeah. An out of control ego clouds your judgment. So now you just focused on, it's like being in an argument. You know, some of y'all been arguing with your wife and your husband, and when the argument escalates, her chest is out, your chest is out, y'all having a screaming match. Nobody's listening to what the other one is saying. I'm trying to get mine out. So now I'm hollering and screaming and talking over you. She's hollering and screaming and talking over, trying to talk over you. And nobody's hearing nothing, and nothing is getting accomplished. But sometimes, depending on the person you're dealing with, because some people are just ignorant, man. And some people, it doesn't matter the approach, you will never be able to successfully communicate with them because they have bad understanding and they just ignorant. But the average person who got a little sense, sometimes you can just say, if they, well, no, and they don't want to shut you, sometimes you can just go, all right, you go. Like, I'm not going to interrupt you. You go. And you let them go. Let them go. Let them go. Let them talk. Now, the wise thing to do is to listen. But, you know, you listen because you got something loaded up you want to say too. But don't get so focused on what you got loaded up that you're not listening to their point. Because somebody has to de-escalate the situation. So if you arguing, homie, you arguing with your woman, sis, you arguing with your guy, and y'all are really heated, somebody got to de-escalate. You be the person to go, all right, let me shut up. You go ahead and say what you got to say. I'm going to listen to you all the way through. I'm not going to interrupt you. We've all said that before. You know, how many of y'all are, I'm not going to interrupt you, so when I talk, don't interrupt me. Yeah, that's cool. Say that. And then they get their stuff out. If you are able to subordinate that side of you that wants to just jump in, because in the midst of you saying, I'm going to listen to everything you got to say, go ahead, say, get it out, they going to still say something that you're going to be like, and you want to jump right in, but don't jump, just mark it in your mind. I'm going to get to that, but I ain't going to interrupt you. But address something that they said, because something that they said might be true about you. They might tell you something about yourself that's legitimately true that you may need to look at about yourself to make yourself better. So you got to just listen. And that's things you might disagree with. You might say, why she talk? Oh, man, I don't agree with that. Mm-hmm. But mark it so you can defend your point when it's your turn to talk. Now, if you are the first one to listen, then you deserve the respect of being listened to once you've listened all the way through without interruption. Now, if you are the second one to listen, don't be that person who says, who got all this out. You done said everything you got to say, and the person didn't interrupt you. And then when it's time for them to talk, the second they start talking, you jump in again. Nah, don't do that. That's not right. That's not right. Because now the conversation's going to be messed up. It's going to go somewhere else. Because they're going to say, hey, man, hold on, man. I ain't interrupt you. I listened to everything you said. Now you jumping in. The first thing I said, no, that's because you said that. Y'all will never be able to grow. Everybody want their lick back. Okay. Sometimes you can get your lick back without the person even knowing you got it back. And what do I mean by that? I don't mean, okay, well, I know he stole that $50 from me. So when I went to his house 2 months later, I stole some of it and he didn't know it. Man, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about in the way that you effectively handle situations in terms of verbally, intellectually, how you deal with people, and you can actually make them. And I don't want to say it like you manipulating or playing mind control over people, but your ways can bring them into a state of understanding that makes them do right by you at some point, even if it's just an apology. To where if they're trying to go to this ignorant level with you and you don't do it, you don't buy into it, and you say, man, look, man, hey, I don't know where all this is coming from, but I don't got nothing but love for you, man. I mean, if that's the case, I ain't saying fake that and make that up. It's like, bro, I don't do that, man. I'm hurt that you'd even think that about me. We've been knowing each other all this time, blah, 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 right? Cool. Then you go about your way. And they may be saying stuff about you, you ain't saying nothing back. Oh man, what's up with your boy, man? Your boy don't know. Oh man, that's my boy, man. I'm always have love for my boy, man. I don't get it. You ain't said nothing back to him, man, about him. You ain't putting y'all business out there. What happened between ain't nothing happened, man. We good. Over time, that person, if they are built like that, some people ain't. So don't expect it from everybody. But over time, that person will say, hey man, I apologize, bro. I mean, I was on one, man. I ain't mean to be, what I'm saying? Because they've seen how you handled it. People are coming to them and like, but man, this man, he don't have nothing but good things to say about you. See? And people come back later and be like, hey, I'm sorry, man. I was going through some things, man. I know you ain't like, okay. You really got your lick back. It's like a kill 'em with kindness type of approach, but just with a little twist on it. With a twist, like T. La Rock say. So this phrase has so many layers to it, and that's what I'm trying to crack y'all's mind open to see. But it's about how you use it and how you do it. It's cool to get it back. But sometimes, now this gonna sound weird and crazy, but if your mind has the depth to understand where I'm coming from, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. Sometimes the best way to get your lick back is to not try to get it back at all. I'm gonna say that again. Sometimes the best way to get your lick back is to not even try to get it back at all. What do you mean, big brother K-Rino? What do you mean by that? One of my favorite movies is A Bronx Tale. How many of y'all have seen A Bronx Tale? I'm gonna wait for y'all to answer that question. How many of y'all have seen A Bronx Tale? Okay, y'all go. Come on, Miss Lady Sample. You got to go watch A Bronx Tale. Go watch that tonight. If you haven't seen A Bronx Tale, y'all go watch that tonight. One of my favorite movies. Okay, a few of y'all have seen it. So y'all remember the scene where the young guy who was hanging out with the gangster Sonny, I can't say his name, Cologelo or whatever his name was. He saw a dude that owed him $20. And the dude was across the street. He was ready to go over there and whoop the dude behind $20. And the OG, the gangster Sonny, he said, man, what you worrying about the dude behind $20 for? Man, he owe me $20. He said, man, look at it like this. It cost you $20 to get that dude out of your life forever. It's like, yeah. If the wrong kind of people, if you're interacting and dealing with the wrong kind of people who continue to disappoint you, continue to mess over you, continue to let you down and beat you in different types of ways, then any moment that takes place that gives you an opportunity to not have to deal with that person, you got to look at that as a blessing. So behind $20, what I'm gonna do? Go stomp the dude out behind $20? Yeah, man. Why you in prison? This dude owed me $20, and I beat him to death. Yeah, you a real smart guy. So it applies in that scenario that I just laid out from the movie, but it goes back to the same thing when I was talking about getting your lick back as being a cheating term. That's the origins of it. Besides back when I said when you was young and you hit somebody and you get your lick back, it evolved or devolved into when it's like, hey man, you know, somebody cheat on me, I'm gonna get my lick back. I'm gonna get my lick back. My husband cheated on me. I got a free pass. Yeah, man, I called my wife, man. She cheating on me, man. I'm gonna go and call old girl up who been trying to holler at me all day. I'm gonna go and call her. I've been trying to do good because I'm married. But see, now I done found this out. I might as well go. Nah, just say, man, leave it alone. Or if you're gonna make it work and forgive your wife and forgive your husband, you need to truly forgive and leave it alone. As if you say you want to save it. But if it ain't, if you're not, if you're done, if you're hurt and so upset that you just know, hey man, but I'm gonna get my lick back, but we're gonna stay together. That's dumb to me, because now we really toxic. Had to use that word, y'all. That's the new word, toxic. See? So sometimes just getting your lick back, because a person can just mess over you, and they mess over you, right? It will hurt them way worse. They will suffer way worse from the removal of yourself from their life. Because what they stole from you, what they did to you, what they beat you for is microscopic in comparison to all of the great things that you provide for them in their life as a friend, as a husband, as a wife, as a parent, as a child, whatever the relationship is. You remove that, they will be affected more by the removal of that than they will be, by you just fussing at them and hollering at them and, I can't believe you do me that. Okay, you might give them all that on the way out, but they will come to realize your value in their life once those little things. Oh man, I can't call him to get a ride. I stole that $20 from him. Oh man, I can't call him to get as a reference. I can't list him as a reference, not for this job I need or for this whatever I'm trying to get. Oh man, my son needs somebody to come. I got to work. I could normally send my homie to come and take my son to the football. I got no little things. Little things. Those are the things they'll realize, because the little things are what accumulates, and the totality of those so-called little things make a person understand your worth and value to them in their life. So the removal, when you remove yourself, it's like, oh, that's big. As a man, how many of us have just messed it up with a good woman in our life? She was good, man. She just everything. She had everything. And you did something dumb. You did something just idiotic. And this woman just was like, nope. She understood her worth, and she didn't even give you a second chance. You didn't even get a chance to say, you said I'll never do it again, but you didn't even get a chance to not do it again. Because that's all she had to see in your trifling self, and she was done. Because she understood, like, hey, I'm worth more than that. I'm too good for that. I'm too good for this fool to be playing with me. See? I'm too good for this fool to be playing. So she was gone. She cut you loose. And that bothered you more than anything. It was like, no. Because you felt in your heart that if she did give you a second chance, you were like, I ain't gonna mess this up. You done told your homeboy. Yeah, man. And your homeboys knew. Man, you did what? To her? Come on, man. I told you, man, that was a good one, man. You had a good one. Now be careful. Your homeboy might slip in and get her. See, we don't take the time, a lot of time, to understand the true value of individuals that we deal with on a daily basis. We put everybody in the same boat. There's so many people on this planet, man, and so many people that we're gonna come in contact with on different levels of life. And we can never make the mistake of thinking that everybody is the same. Every man is not the same, ma'am. Every woman is not the same, sir. So you can't get into this mold where you just feel like, well, yeah, the last one did this, so yeah, I got a new one, but you still mentally in a relationship with the last one. So the new one, like, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that? I just keep my guard up. I don't never just. Okay, well, don't get in no relationship, man. Just let it go. Keeping your guard up against somebody that ain't even armed. Women too. I'm just protecting my heart this time. I'm gonna protect my heart this time. Well, you don't need to enter into no relationship. Protect your heart by using your mind. That's how you protect your heart, by using your mind. Using your mind how? Use your mind by having the patience to properly, to the best of your ability, nothing's guaranteed, but to the best of your ability to learn the person that you're dealing with. Do the best you can. Don't just jump in. Now you got a repetitious pattern, a repetitious history, and now you blame everybody else for your poor decision making. All right, let me see what y'all talking about, man. I've run my mouth long enough. Angelo Garza says, I want one like the thick one from Two Broke Girls. You trip, we laugh instead of. Hold on, I lost it. Oh. Rapper K is in here? I'm running my mouth. I ain't see Rapper K slide up in here. All right. I'm looking for something that's on topic, y'all. Nicosia Hard says, losing me is the greatest lick of all. Real is rare. I'm telling you, when you know what you bring to the table and somebody still blow it with you, and this happens with women more than men, because a lot of us, we just so messed up and trifling. So yeah, I'm gonna give the women the props on this. A woman who really has prioritized her self-worth and she know what she wants. She know the kind of guy that she wants. She knows what she's not gonna settle for. The requirements, she ain't on no gold digging type of disrespect. She just hey, look, I'm willing to be that woman. I'm ready to be that woman that I'm supposed to be for man, but I'm not gonna allow you as a man to turn me into something that I shouldn't be as a woman, to lower myself. And you treating him good and he mess it up. That's why she say losing me is the greatest lick. The greatest lick of all. It is the greatest lick of all. Yeah, man. Because they pay for. See, don't let these dudes fool y'all, ladies. We be sick behind us. See, when you messed off a good one, you know it. You know it. We be sick, like, because the reality is that those types of women in the world we live in now, they're like it's like Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet, they say, comes once every 75 years. What they say. If you see it tomorrow, you probably won't see it again in your lifetime. The only way you'll see it twice in a lifetime, you was 5 years old when you saw it. Then you was 80. You lived to be 80 and you saw it again. So those type of women, but those type of people on a whole, just good people, those genuine type of people, they don't come along every day. We not even them kind of people. It's like, man, the problem is it just ain't no genuine good people no more. Yeah, you're right. You ain't even one. You right. Man, Jimmy, don't incriminate yourself like that. I'm not gonna even read that. Jay Smooth says sometimes the best revenge is no revenge. All right. CRP. Let me see. Let me go back to the beginning on you, CRP. CRP says, found out my girl of 2 years who stayed with me cheated on me a year ago because she couldn't admit to me, and I was mad just over text message. She put a protection order on me. So she cheated on you and put a protection order on you? Why she put a protection order on you? Or is this something you leaving out? Let me finish reading. I'm sorry. She put a protection order on me that I had no clue about and broke twice just from text because I never got served. Went to jail for the first time, and I've been fighting felony indictments on an ankle. Hey, man, wait a minute. Hold on, man. Is this something else you ain't telling us, CRP? Because they didn't serve you, then how can they hold you accountable for violating a protective order? And you say you only violated it through text message? Is it something you ain't telling us? Let me keep reading. Can't leave home for 6 months while she's out in clubs partying, talking about, wait a minute, they hit you that hard behind a protective order that didn't even get served, and now you on an ankle monitor and went to jail? Hey, man, what else you did? What did you do? What did you do? Come on now. Bringing It Black said that's worth repeating for sure. Anna Menarche says, insanity escalation. Sometimes you got to let them get it out and be like, I see how you feel. No, that's true. Man, look, I think I told y'all this before, but see, the mind it is like I'm not gonna say it's a terrible thing to waste. I'm not gonna say that. The mind, it's amazing how subtle little things can affect responses from the human being, right? So your reaction can dictate a person's reaction to how they react. They say something, how you react dictates the response. Meaning, like what Adam Menarche said, he's saying from the approach of saying, like, even if you might not agree with everything the person said, but you catching their points, you somebody you care about, that you want to fix the relationship, you want to bring this thing back to the right place, a peaceful place. And then when they say what they say, if you go, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I feel exactly what you're saying. I've taken it all in. I feel exactly what you're saying. I just feel blah blah. But give them that pre first, where you at least let them know, I see where you coming from. See? And here's my analogy. Something is wrong and you got to call tech support. Anybody ever had to call tech support when something messed up, your internet was out, your TV was out, or something's going on? They train the tech support people, no matter how you come. Yes, this is such. How can I help you? Man, my thing is out, man. I paid my bill, and now y'all done cut my such off. Man, I don't know. You going off. What do they say? Oh, sir, well, I'm so sorry to hear that. We'll make sure that we get that corrected right away. Okay, can I get your? Then they just, all right, well, yeah. My name is the account number is 42. They calm you down because they don't meet your aggression with more aggression. They're trained to say over and over again, well, I'm so sorry about that. We'll rectify that in a second. I know that has to be really frustrating, sir. And you're like, yeah, it is frustrating. You really understand me. Now they just trained to disarm you. But it works. Now, if you're dealing with somebody that's just flat out insane and belligerent, then that probably won't work, but that means that's a rare exception to the rule. You try to calm down a wild dog. I said, oh, good boy. It's okay, boy. It's okay, boy. And he'll bite your hand off. And I feel sorry for you, Joe Nuego. Joe say, I don't know any good women. I feel sorry for you, man. I know a lot of them. I don't know where you been. Where you been looking? I had a light on my neck. Oh, I thought I saw like a light on my neck. But a lot of good women out here. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said there's no such thing as a no good woman. Any no good woman was made that way by a no good man. Now, let me catch up. Wanda G said I needed this. Man, we all do, man. But the conclusion to the story about the guy who let his ego get in the way. Sometimes, man, you just got to know, like the song said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. What's the last part? Know when to run. You got to take it. Sometimes you got to take it. You got me. Especially if they right. See, that'd be the best. See, always beware of a person who will argue when they in the wrong. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might be saying, well, What if he thinks that he's right? He thinks he's right. So it's not that he's knowingly arguing, knowing that he's wrong. It's just he believes he's right. Yeah, some people do, but some people know they're wrong. Some people know they're wrong. They just feel the embarrassment of somebody proving them wrong. I saw this thing the other day. Kenny Rogers, man. What y'all know about Kenny Rogers? I saw this thing the other day, man. I was online, and that was a brother who was expressing some dissatisfaction with an event that was taking place in his city, and he felt as though some of the people who were being acknowledged in this event, it wasn't in Houston, some of the people that were being acknowledged in this event didn't deserve to be acknowledged because, according to him, they were not from that city. So it's like, well, y'all going here to get these people to acknowledge them, and y'all forgetting about this person. So people came in the comments and was like, well, nah, they from there. They from here. They corrected him because the people that he was speaking about, they were before his time. So he didn't know his history. So he was assuming that this particular group was from another city when that group was from his city. And not only was the group from his city, they were freaking pioneers. They were like OGs. So like you got OGs in the city, and you make a video to try to reprimand organizers of an event that acknowledge the people in that city, and you were wrong. So the people in the comments came through and they started to correct him. And many people corrected him respectfully. There were a few people that was like, man, see, you don't even know what you're talking about, man, because you talk about some people that's was before your time, that's from here, that's building block foundation. And I waited. I waited as I laid in the cut, nosily reading comments. And he never acknowledged his wrong. Instead, what he did was he deflected, he pivoted and made us like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm more so talking about how the organizers of the event dropped the ball and that. No. That ain't where you was going. That ain't where you was going. You shot a slug at a group because you thought that group was being acknowledged and they wasn't from your city. Then you found out that they was, and instead of saying, oh, my bad, really? I didn't know that they was from here. I didn't know that, man. I appreciate the correction. I spoke prematurely. I didn't know. I need to get up on my history a little bit more. And then delete that post. Instead, he went on a 79 post campaign to defend something that he was wrong about. That's the problem. If you're wrong, man. If you're wrong. Just stand up and just say, hey, man, yeah, I was wrong, yo. My bad. I was wrong about that. It don't feel good to be wrong. It really don't. It don't. It don't feel good to be wrong when you just knew for a fact you was right. Don't feel good. But it happens. So when it happens and somebody shows you, nah, you misspoke. That's not right. That's incorrect. Thank them for the correction. And don't thank them with a bad. Yeah, yeah. All right, man. Thank you, man. Yeah. All right, man. You ain't got to stay right. You got to hang right. You got to keep saying it, man. Why you mad? You the one was wrong. Builds your character. Builds your character, man. Phantom Face says you got to watch out for the evil and the shady. But when you have that thought in mind about getting your lick back. Make sure it's worth getting back. Make sure it's justified and in the right context. It's cool to get it back. These young women are easily manipulated by these female celebrities that are misleading and false misrepresentations of themselves. I believe these celebrities are destroying the younger generation. It ain't just the female celebrities, nephew. See, we got to get out of this thing where we just always blame, one gender blames everything on the other gender. We are all doing our part to degenerate each other. We all doing our part. So it ain't just the women, man. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop as men thinking that every problem in the world is just the women's fault. We carry ourselves sometimes as men, not you, nephew, but I'm not saying you. I'm saying hope you're not in that category, but we almost remember when Tupac said something. Our women. Do we hate our women? You know, we hate our women. I mean, literally, I really believe there's some dudes out there that they just sit up at night. I just hate women. But you want one. You just want her to be, I guess, like you want to be a robot or whatever. I just hate women. These blasted women making my life miserable. So the same way men will say, well, man, women don't take accountability for it. We don't either. We don't know. Look, man, you know, like, man, we the main ones that play the lick back game. Men and women, men versus women. Yeah, man. I'm in y'all's brains right now. Fountain Face says, I have a calculative mindset. Prior to most of my actions, I weigh it out. Is it beneficial? Is it detrimental? Is it worth it? The rewards versus the consequences. Some things are, yeah, I said it earlier. That's why I say you got to pull your scale out. Got to pull your scale out. So I go and do this. I'm the only breadwinner in my family. I go to prison. My little baby son goes to CPS. It ain't worth it, man. Not freaking worth it. You can't fight every battle. That's what it boiled down to. You can't fight every battle. Some battles you literally have to go, y'all can have that one. You look over there like, I am. When they said your name, hey man, you can say my name all you want. If I know that what they are trying to attribute to me don't apply to me, it's not me, I don't got to sit around and try to fight that war all the time. I just got to live my life. If I just live my life, then over time, my actions will speak for who I am as a person. That's how I got to be. I don't have to run around trying to tell everybody, well, no, man, I'm good. See, man, I did this one time and I did. No, man, just live. Just go through life. Just do what you're supposed to do. As a man or a woman, do what you're supposed to do to the best of your ability, which the main thing is not messing over other folks. You don't be the scammer. Just go. Just go forth in life. Get out of that mindset. Oh, I'm going to get him. Oh, I'm going to get him. Oh, no, I ain't letting that slide. I'm going to get him. Okay, well, you're getting yourself at the same time, depending on what it is. I gotta always put that little disclaimer in there. But don't get caught up in the verbal exchanges that, like you see online all the time. You see people going back and forth verbally online. You see this. They are living out their whole beef right in front of the eyes of the world. And this is what we do. We like, see what he say. Okay, let me see what he say. Ooh, that was. Let me see what he say. Ooh, who is it really benefiting besides whoever's making money off the views and all that? Who's benefiting off of rap beef? I'm gonna get my lick back. There's people dead in the rap game because they wanted to get their lick back. They gone. See? But the game is a little different now. I used to say my little rap back about you, and it's all good. You say one back about me, I say one back about you. And we decide, and the people decide who wins. The people let you know that I'll beat you. But these days, it's really not rap beef. It's street beef that spills over into rap music. And the street beef has always been real. That's the real deal compared to the rap beef. A lot of cats had rap beef and they end up making songs together, end up making records together, end up hanging out together. They partners, friends. And that's how it should be. But the other side of it is for keeps. Lemmy. The lemon and slipped up in here. Pick your battles. If we reach a point where we effectively learn how to avoid and remove certain things that are not worth our time, energy, effort, and stress, where you can just look, assess the situation, see it, and go on with your day, it'll make all of us better, and it'll put all of us in a better place mentally. Instead of being the person who sees the fight or getting ready to break out, and you run over there to watch. As you mature, you should become the person that goes, "Oh, they finna fight over there. Hey, come on, y'all. Hey, we finna go, y'all. Hold up, hold up. I want to see. We finna go." You shouldn't even want to be around a person that's like that. Oh, I want to see what they're gonna do. Okay, well, you'll be the one to catch the stray. I'm finna go. I'm not even interested. I'll hear about it. I know I'm gonna hear about it. Social media is all over. So whatever happened, I'm gonna hear about it. I might see it. Somebody gonna record it. But I don't want to see it live because you know why? I didn't even come here for that. That's not why I came here, man. I seen them dudes fighting at the Texans game last week. They in that little area. They fighting like it looked like old school battle royal. Look like old school, like a steel cage match from the old school wrestling days. They squabbing like 9,000 up in there. I didn't come to the game for that. If I was at the game, I'd be like, man, you walking by, you got your little son with you. You done brought your son and your daughter to the game. And as y'all pack, y'all going to get some popcorn or something, going to get some nachos or something, and then you pass by these dudes, grown men in the thing, just fighting like dogs with football jerseys on, probably behind an argument that broke out about the teams or something. He liked this team, he liked, they start talking and it escalated. I ain't come to the game for that, bro. I'm not here for that. I don't want my child to see that. I don't want my woman. I didn't bring my woman to the game. We came to the game to have a good time, and somebody in the midst of everything, somebody might fling their hand back and pop you in the face, pop your wife in the face. Like, come on, man. See, move away from controversy. Don't go towards it, man. Don't go towards it. Dude done reached back in the middle of the fight. They squab and dude done accidentally pop Lemmy upside the head. Come on now. But you pick your battles verbally too. Hey man, you know such has been talking about you, man. So what? Instead, what do you say? So what, man? Can somebody finish this sentence for me? What other people think about you is what? Who know the backside of that? What other people think about you is what? Spikey said a reflection of themselves. That's true too. That's what I'm looking for, but that is true. Their problem. The third vine, what's up, brother? He hit it. It's none of your business. What other people think about you is none of your business. You cannot police and regulate what a person thinks in their mind, whether they crazy, whether they what, jealous, hateful. Why worry about it? Because you can't stop it or control it anyway. I'm not going to go to war with a comment section. Just say, imagine if somebody made up a site or I hate K-Rino page. What if that was an I hate K-Rino page? And I get wind of that and I decide, man, I'm gonna go to that page and see what's going on. And all the comments are talking about how much they hate me and my music is trash and oh, this dude is garbage. Look at his head, he got a peanut head. Whatever they saying about me, right? And I'm in every comment. I'm just trying to just answer everybody back. I'm stupid. Jado, come on, Jado. It fuels the fire. Resist the devil and he'll what? Resist the devil and he will what? Hey, man, shout out to the third vine, man. Much love to you, brother. Resist the devil and he will what? Come on, Ben Win. Ben to the wind. What's up, man? Resist the devil and he'll flee. He'll flee. Because he ain't got nobody to play with. When you play with the fool, now it's two fools. See, remember last week when I was we doing this chat last week and all them trolls was in here? Some of y'all was in. Y'all remember the last, not Friday, not the chat, not the live I did the other day, but about a week ago, there was a bunch of trolls, like 2 or 3 trolls was in this chat, right? They coming in doing all. I just spot them out, or I read y'all's comments. I say, oh, it's a troll. I just get rid of them. I'm not gonna be engaged. Man, why are you doing this, man? What's wrong with you, man? Now I might joke around. I might try to like embarrass them in terms of like speak to how childish it is, but I never get mad. I'm never mad. I'm never angry. I've never done one of these live streams where no matter what anybody was saying, or even if it was just disagree, I never been mad ever. Now, one time was I mad, and I would never just be going to war with somebody Even at times back in the days where I would like maybe have little debates and stuff on Facebook or something like that, I was never mad. Just stating my points. Maturity is a big thing that is disregarded. Hey man, I need y'all to give my brother Rapper K the OG salute. He's in the building. I need everybody in here to drop a peace sign, a 100, a strong arm, a fist, or something, man. Everybody in here drop one for my brother Rapper K who's in the building. See? Sometimes trying to get your lick back will backfire on you. It'll backfire on you. What if you try to get your lick back and then the person you deal with, my husband, oh, he just did me so wrong, I'm gonna get my lick back. And you done went and tried to get your lick back with some guy to get even with your husband, and the dude you link up with is a serial killer. Something wrong with him. Now he's on your head. He's, gotta be careful with that type of stuff. There y'all go, man. Shout out to the homie Replicators up in this thing, man. Ancient Modesty is in here. Nayeli. Who is that? Ran L rated. Putting for his Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. I told somebody the other day, I told y'all CJ Stroud gonna be all right. Real quick, second commercial break of the day. The alternate cover of the comic book is available now. This is it. The original cover looks like this. Y'all see it on the back wall? This is an alternate cover, limited edition. Same comic book, same content, but a different cover. Y'all go order right now. Martial Arts Productions. That is right there. We didn't do 50 of these. Y'all playing. When they gone, they gone. They gonna be gone. Like that woman you tricked off. She ain't coming back. When about coming out with more comics? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Hold on. We're looking out. Half. I'm just gonna call you Half, man. Half man, half amazing. Dollar Bill gave me all this today. Look. Pen. Got a whole pen, man. See? The Galactic Quest pens. I know it's kind of blurry. We got pens. Keychain. Got a keychain. Oh, man. Magnet. This magnet is so strong, it attracts the skin. I'm just playing. Got all kind of stuff popping, man. It's popping. Popping it. Popping it like your auntie at the family reunion. Yeah. Popping like your granny at the family reunion. Yeah, man. Order now. Order now. Supplies are limited. You know, they just try to tell you that, like, order now. Supplies are limited. No, for real. Order now. Supplies are limited. What's up, Christian? Christian Ibarra. Okay, yeah, let me do that. Dollar Bill said if I take the comic book out the plastic, I just don't want to open it. I don't want to open it, man. Y'all got to take my word for it. I don't even want to take it out. It would take me 2 seconds to just get this out, and I don't want to do it. Y'all got to take my word for it. I want to keep it in the plastic. I want to keep it in the plastic. Y'all drop y'all locations, man. Are you going to release your rap economics freestyle? I need that. Nah, cause that was exclusive. I did that just for them. You know, you won't hear that on no albums or nothing like that. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. Appreciate that though, Kevin. Which book, Phantom Face? The comic book or my books? My book. The book or the book? Now you can't I just type that link in, Bubba. It ain't nothing you can click on. It's not a link. I just type in the site. You got to go in your browser and just type it in. Yeah. Jade O, the third vine up in here, man. Paul Baker. Yeah, drop y'all locations, man. My homie Teller Quack up in this thing. Always rocking with me. While y'all at it, go subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast right here on YouTube. All of y'all who have not subscribed to this podcast, I'm gonna get my link back. Y'all don't subscribe to my podcast. I'm gonna get my link back. Where's the lemon? Yep. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. He said we got the AC working yet at the podcast. The AC works, man. It's hard to explain. On weekends, for some reason, the building, they cut the air off in the building. I don't know why they do that. So we do something on the weekends, it's hot. But also sometimes that room we're in is a little stuffy because we had a door closed. But the AC works, man. We got a couple of our guests have been a little muggy in there. They be all right. You be all right. Yeah. All good. All right, Dollar. I might open it, man. I still don't want to open it. Drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out, man. What's going on? Okay, I missed it. Let me see. Let me see. Let me give y'all some shout outs. KSU is in Temple, Texas. Do I believe that society will unify? There are certain members of society that have already unified. I'm waiting on black folks to unify. Nicosia is in Richmond, Texas. Ren L is in Birmingham, Beham. Ancient Modesty is in Norris. What's MT? Montana? Yeah, that's Montana. Yeah, man. That's right, Christian. Bubba C's in Beaumont. Jado in Texas. Phantom Face in Columbia. Spikey is in Huntington Park, Cali. Third Vine in Pasadena. I know my homie Half is out there in Iceland. Everybody want that L-Dub comic book, huh? Okay, when y'all say y'all want the freestyle, what you mean? Like what? You want to buy it off of like Spotify or iTunes or something? I'm confused. Connell Sutton, North Carolina. Okay, the books. I got your Phantom Face. They'll be in about 2 weeks. I have a restock in about 2 weeks. We could get the new site up and everything. Christian, the new album is almost done. That's the title, Audio Optics. I want y'all to, if you want to be on the contact list to get the new album, that's my email address. Send me an email. I'll add you to the contact list. I may do a listening party, an exclusive listening party. I may do an invite-only listening event for this new album. Spectre Cruz. You can't lose with Spectre Cruz. I need to do a skit about customer support for some people, not for all of y'all. Some of y'all are really, really like true to it, man. I appreciate that. Christos is in New Hampshire. Nayeli is in Cali. Nayeli from Cali. Who else? Any more shout outs? Ontario, the homie Anamonarchy. Hey man, you know I'm coming back out there, Anamonarchy. I'll be out there next month. So I might need to get them up with you while I'm out there, homie. Hope. What's the weather like? Hope it ain't like it was last time. Yeah. Hold on, man. I'm trying to catch back up. Olandis. Olantis the praying mantis. Tallulah, Louisiana. In the house, man. All right. Dollar Bill say he got the rap economics freestyle on MP3 and Wave. So I'm gonna put it on iTunes. Third Vine, when the project dropping, man? Me and Third Vine got a track. Me and Third Vine got a track. Me and Third Vine got a track. Yeah, okay. Got you covered, Kevin. Demetrius is in Chicago. Wanda G. Heidelberg. Where's that at? Where's Heidelberg? Is that Germany? I'm guessing. Where's Heidelberg, man? Let me know. What's my dream collab? I'll never do it because he's gone. 704 Joe, Gangsta Nip is God. Gangsta Nip is a god. The god of horrorcore. German name meaning Goat Mountain. Oh, okay. Well, you learn something new every day. No, it ain't the Hindenburg, it's Heidelberg. Yeah. All right, man. Y'all know I don't ask y'all for likes anymore. There's something I'm forgetting to tell y'all before I go. Trying to remember. We got a new site going up, y'all, because the other site is out of there. So we'll have that in the mix this week. So y'all can order some product. Okay, yeah, send it to me, Dollar Bill. Something I'm forgetting to say to y'all, man, before I go, man. As soon as I click off, it's gonna come to me. Can't remember. My homie Miami asked me earlier would I have like a sampler for the album. Yeah, real soon. I normally like to wait a couple of weeks before it drops. Me and Third Vine got a track. Me and Third Vine did a track. All right, let me see. Let's do some housekeeping in. How many of y'all have not subscribed to my podcast yet? How many of y'all have not watched the latest episode? That's my Gmail, Third Vine. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. Much love, man. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace and blessings.